Barak atah, right? To all my Hebrew brothers and sisters out there, man, I bid y'all shalom, peace, right? Okay. Uh, this video right here, man, is it's really for the, the 1/3 out there, man, and the and maybe some of the elected Israel might not know this, right? Uh, we're gonna talk about this graven image, man, the cross, right? Which is known as the crucifix, right? And before it was known as the crucifix, in Egypt they was calling it the crux ansata, right? So this crux ansata is where the crucifix is where it gets its name from the crux ansata, right? CRUX crucifix, CRU. We're gonna start right there. Crux ansata and crucifix, right? You see how the wordplay go there? You see how the Most High told us, man. He said, "Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help," man. And America has the pyramid on the back of their dollar bill, right? So they go down to Egypt, man, and they go and grab all of their false gods, all of their practices. You know, they got all of this stuff that they done adapted from the Egyptians and incorporated into their so-called melting pot philosophy that they got going on here, you know, in this country, man. And the Most High said that this was that He was going to bring us into Egypt again, man, right? And Egypt means bondage, right? So He said He was going to bring us into Egypt again by way of ships. So this is we in bondage again, man. We've been over here for hundreds and hundreds of years, right? So that crux ansata, man, that go back to the ancient Egyptians, right? And the crucifix is a word that comes from crux ansata because they're both cross symbols, man, right? So this is all satanic worship, man. The cross is satanic, man. A lot of people don't know that because it's been disguised as being something righteous, man. Now remember, the Most High said, man, that Satan, you know, can transform himself into an angel of light. So what appears to be righteous can be demonic. We just have to have the spirit of discernment, man, to know the difference, right? So we finna do some history, man, on that cross, man, that y'all got hanging up on y'all wall with that white man on it. Y'all wearing it around y'all neck. Y'all got the earrings and the rings, the shirts and all that. And y'all promoting paganism, man, and false god worshiping, man. Y'all promoting graven images and idol worshiping, man, with that cross. So we gonna do the history. We gonna do some of the history on the cross, right? So this is just gonna be like a small version, man, of the information that's out there. But we gonna do a small breakdown, man, on this so-called cross symbol, man. Right? We gonna get down to some of the roots of where this cross came from. All right. Now we're gonna start with Hiraj Temple, man. All right. We're gonna start with Hiraj Temple, right? Which is, as y'all can see right here. As y'all can see right there, it's designed like a cross, right? Look at it real good. Y'all see that? Now this is Herod's temple. Now remember, Herod was an evil king, man, right? That tried to kill the Savior, right? And actually, he went and killed a lot of the Israelite babies, man, looking for the Savior and hoping that he would kill the Savior, right? And this is 40 BC, right? Herod's temple, right? Rome appointed him king of Judea in the year 40 BC, right? So this is 40 years before Christ, right? So this is a cross symbol, man. All right. So he was an evil king, man, and he was trying to kill the Savior, right? And he was king over Judea, right? That means over the Jews, man, our ancestors, man, right? Okay, so in this temple, man, right, this wicked king that was over the Jews, right, had this temple. And you see how it's shaped into a cross, right? Now we finna do a little history, right? Here we go. It says right here, the massacre or slaughter of the innocents, right, is a story recounted in the nativity narrative of the Gospel of Matthew, right, chapter 2, verse 16 through 18, in which Herod the Great, king of Judea, orders the execution of all male children who are 2 years old and under in the vicinity of Bethlehem, right, because he was looking for the Messiah. Modern scholars find no evidence that it happened outside the passages in Matthew, though it is congruous with Herod's character, right? So they just trying to throw the wool over our eyes, right? This man, like it says right here, man, he ordered the execution of all male children, man, right? And the Most High is not gonna lie, right? You know, the prophets in the book are not gonna lie, right? There's no reason to lie. Even this person right here said, though it is congruous with Herod's character, because he was a murderous demon, right? A persecutor of our people, right? Now, we got here, it's called the Feast of the Holy Innocents, also known as Childermas, right? Is celebrated in Western Christian churches on 28th December, the fourth day of Christmastide. In Eastern Christianity, the feast is celebrated on various dates, depending on the denomination, right? So these so-called European Christian religions celebrate the slaughter of our people, man, right? They call it the Feast of the Holy Innocents, right? The children of Judah, man, right? The Holy Innocents, right? So if they were holy and innocent, why did they deserve death, right? Because that's Satan, man, right? That was Satan, man, that was devouring our children, all right? The Feast of the Holy Innocents, also known as Childermas, right? Look, Childermas, it means the massacre of children, right? And this is where you get the word Christmas from, right? The massacre of Christ, right? So these people aren't celebrating Christ's birthday on Christmas. they're celebrating his death, right? Christmas, Christ massacre, right? The Feast of the Holy Innocents, our brothers and sisters, man, that they killed in Rome by the hands of Herod the king, who was king over Judea, right? These churches, these fake religions, Christian religions, and the Catholic religion, because Christianity is an offshoot of the Roman Catholic religion, right? The Feast of the Holy Innocents, also known as Childermas, is celebrated in Western Christian churches on the 28th of December, right? The fourth day of Christmastide, right? In Eastern Christianity. All right. So y'all ever heard that song called "On the Fourth Day of Christmas"? That song, on the first day, the second day, the third day, they got satanic pagan practices, man, where they celebrate the slaughter of our people, right? On the fourth day of Christmas. On the fourth day of Christmas tide, right? So that song is mockery towards our people, man. So don't be singing that crap, man, right? It's all mockery and blasphemy against the Most High, right? Let me read this again. The Feast of the Holy Innocents. Y'all, a lot of y'all, man, are a part of these religions, and they don't even tell y'all about these things, right? They don't even tell y'all that in secret, especially the Roman Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic religion, right? They celebrate these, man. The Feast of the Holy Innocents, also known as Childermas, right? In Western Christian churches and in Eastern Christianity, right? The feast is celebrated on various days depending on the denomination. That means depending on what branch of they fake religion, celebrating on different days or whatever. All right. Now right here, these devils celebrate the slaughter of our people for 12 days, the 12 days of Christmas, and made a song about it. The fourth day of Christmas is called Childermas, the day they slaughtered black babies, and they are proud of it. These devils even receive badges of honor for the families that participated in the slaughter of our people. All right. So now we're going to get further into this cross. All right. Right. This is Herod's temple. What do y'all think they was doing in Herod's temple? What do y'all think that they was doing inside the temple? You got it. They was slaughtering the holy innocents, right? In Herod's temple, which is shaped like a cross, right? And this is 40 BC. This is 40 years before Christ was born, right? So these demons was already had the Christ, already had the crucifix before Christ was even born. They already had that cross symbol, man, right? Where they were sacrificing our brothers and sisters, man, the holy innocents, man, right? 2 years old, man, right? And they celebrate the slaughter of our people, man, like a lot of their other so-called unholy days. They celebrate the slaughter of our people, right? Now here we go. This is called the Maltese badge, right? The ancient Maltese badge of honor, right? Because you see right there, that crosses in the middle of that, and these 4 points is also a cross too, right? The ancient Maltese badge of honor, right? So they give honor to people that had slaughtered our people, right? that was fighting against our people, those that was victorious over our people, right, received a badge of honor, right, that is a reflection of King Herod, who was a murderer of our people as well. So this is where that cross came from, right? The cross came from Herod's temple, right? Now, let me run it. It's more ancient than 40 BC. It was just adopted by Herod, right, to be the design of his temple. And we're going to get further into why Herod chose this crucifix to design his temple in, because it's satanic, right? And this is where they did their satanic worship in that, and the blood sacrifice of our people. All right, now let's go to the ancient Maltese badge. All right, this is the Irish badge right here. I hope y'all can see that. My phone got kind of dark because the sun kind of went behind the clouds. Okay, this is the Irish badge, right? Those of the Irish bloodline received this badge as well for the slaughter of our people. When they fought against our people and were victorious, right? Those particular men, they received a badge of honor in reflection to King Herod, right? The ancient Maltese badge of honor, right, in reflection to King Herod, who was a murderer, right? The Irish also were murderers of our people, and they did our people the dirtiest during the transatlantic slave trade. When the Irish came here, they was the ones that was feeding our babies to alligators, right? Same thing like King Herod, murdering babies, right? The Irish murdering babies, right? And they will receive this badge of honor as a reward for doing that. All right? So now we're going to go to the history of the Maltese cross, right? And as you can see, that same Maltese cross that I showed y'all is the symbol of the fire department, right? And we're going to find out why the fire department adopted this symbol, the Maltese badge, right? It says right here, the badge of a firefighter is the Maltese cross, right? This is their badge of honor for destroying our people, right? Not just King Herod, but also the Irish and many other Europeans, right? The badge of a firefighter is the Maltese cross. The Maltese cross is a symbol of protection and a badge of honor. Its story is hundreds of years old. All right. Now the person that's telling this story is a European, and he's a firefighter, right? That's breaking down the history of the Maltese badge, right? Now, start over again from the top. The badge of a firefighter is the Maltese cross. The Maltese cross is a symbol of protection and a badge of honor. The reason why they say it's a symbol of protection, because they use this badge as a protection symbol against our people. They thought that this badge would protect them against our people when they went into war with them. This is why the Knights Templars had the cross symbol on their shields, because they felt as if they had that cross symbol on their shields, that it would help protect them from our brothers and sisters whom they were trying to conquer back in ancient Jerusalem. Right? When a courageous band of crusaders known as the Knights of St. John fought the Saracens for possession of the Holy Land, they encountered a new weapon unknown to European warriors. It was a simple but horrible device of war, right? This device they're talking about is what our ancestors was using to defend themselves against these devils. It brought excruciating pain and agonizing death upon the brave fighters for the cross. Now remember, the person who's saying that they was brave is a European, an Edomite, right? Who's probably a Mason, right? Of course he is, right? So they're going. So when you hear him saying brave, they were brave and they was this and they were that, right? He's just glorifying his people and what they did to our ancestors, right? So these people, they were not brave. They was demons. They were murderers and killers, right? It brought, now the device that our ancestors used against these devils, right? It brought excruciating pain and agonizing death upon the brave fighters for the cross, right? So that cross symbol, man, is rooted to King Herod, right? That was their symbol. The cross was their symbol, European symbol, not ours, right? As the Crusaders advanced on the walls of the city, which is Jerusalem, right? Where our people was living at, they were struck by glass, bombs containing naphtha. It's a sticky substance, a sticky flammable substance that our ancestors was throwing on their ass when they was trying to climb, when the Knights Templars was trying to climb up the walls on their ladders. Our ancestors was throwing this sticky substance on their ass. All right. When they became saturated with the highly flammable liquid, the Saracens would hurl a flaming torch into their midst. Hundreds of knights were burned alive. Others risked their lives to save their brothers in arms from dying painful, fiery deaths, right? And that's good that our ancestors threw that substance on their ass and burnt their ass. Thus, these men became our first firefighters, right? So the firefighters, the first firefighters, were the ones that was trying to fight against the weapons, that weapon that our ancestors was using against their ass. Our ancestors was using fire, right, to fight against these devils, right? So that's where the name firefighters come from. It came from these devils who was trying to run and help their fellow Knight Templars who was on fire and burning to death. So they was trying to fight against the fire, trying to put the fire out, right? This is where the word firefighter comes from, and this is why this is their symbol of the Maltese badge, going back to Herod's temple of the destruction of the innocents, right? The slaughter of the innocents, and also they was trying to slaughter our people in Jerusalem using this with the same symbol that Herod had. They still held on to it and handed it down, passed it out to their brothers as a symbol of courage and honor for killing our people. All right. The Saracens would hurl a flaming torch into their midst. Hundreds of the knights were burned alive. Others risked their lives to save their brothers in arms from dying painful, fiery deaths. And they considered them to be heroes. Thus, these men became our first firefighters and the first of a long list of courageous men. The heroic efforts were recognized by fellow crusaders who awarded each hero a badge of honor. What you see up here, right? That right there is given to the so-called Roman Catholic and Christian church, Christian religion, as a badge of honor for enslaving and destroying our people, right? Mentally, spiritually, and physically. This is their badge of honor. don't got nothing to do with us, right? Now, these men became our first firefighters and the first of a long list of courageous men. Their heroic efforts were recognized by fellow crusaders who awarded each hero a badge of honor, a cross similar to the one firefighters wear today. Since the Knights of St. John lived for close to 4 centuries on a little island in the Mediterranean Sea named Malta, the cross came to be known as the Maltese Cross because these devils that was killing our people, they lived on the island of Malta in the Mediterranean Sea, right? Named Malta. That's why they call it the Maltese Cross, right? Now, the Maltese Cross is not our, right? Remember, this is a European firefighter speaking, a Mason, a Freemason. The Maltese Cross is our symbol of protection, right? And who was this symbol? And what was they? Why was they using this symbol of protection? Because they thought that it would protect them from our ancestors when our ancestors were storing that liquid fire on their ass. They thought them shields with their cross on it was going to protect them from that liquid getting on their ass. All right. The Maltese Cross is our symbol of protection. Not theirs, all right? Don't get it twisted, right? Now, I'm speaking in second person. The Maltese Cross is our symbol of protection, right? The white man. It means that the firefighters who wears this cross is willing to lay down her life for you, just as the Crusaders sacrificed their lives for their fellow man so many years ago, right? So I'm going to tell y'all niggas, man, I'm going to read this again. This probably went over y'all head, right? Now, the hour is pertaining to European Freemasons. The Maltese Cross is our symbol of protection. It means that the firefighters who wears this cross is willing to lay down his or her life for you, just as the Crusaders sacrificed their lives for their fellow man so many years ago. So these so-called modern day firefighters, they ain't coming to put out y'all fires and save y'all ass. They is going to try to save they people if they people is inside of a burning house or whatever it is on fire, right? If a nigga is in the house getting burned up, a brother might try to save him, but don't expect for no European Freemason to save you. They gonna try to save they people, right? It said it clear right here. The Maltese Cross is our symbol of protection, firefighters. It means that the firefighters who wears this cross is willing to lay down her life for you, right? Talking about them, just as the Crusaders sacrificed their lives for their fellow man so many years ago. The Maltese Cross is a firefighter's badge of honor. And how did they get this badge of honor? For fighting and killing our people, right? Those that was brave enough to go against the Israelites and to try to help save their brothers and sisters whose ass was on fire. All right? The Maltese Cross is a firefighter's badge of honor, signifying that she works in courage, a ladder rung away from death, right? Now, let's go here to Constantine, right? That demonic ass Roman emperor, right? What did he say about that cross, right? In this sign conquer, right? And in the Bible, he stated that now history tells us teaches us that Constantine said he had a vision of this. He had a vision of the cross, right? Which was, he was envisioning a symbol that they could use as a symbol of protection for their so-called fake ass church, right? And this sign conquered, right? Conquering our people, man, right? They was conquering the Jews, our people, man, with this cross symbol on their shield, right? And this sign conquered Constantine and the church, the so-called Roman Catholic religion, right? The so-called Christian religion, right? The Roman Catholics and Christians were conquering the Hebrew Israelites. That's why they forced our people to convert over to Christianity, right? If they didn't convert over to Christianity and kiss their ass, they would be beheaded, right? The Roman Catholics and Christians, right, were conquering the Hebrew Israelites, especially the tribe of Judah, blacks. They stole the Hebrew scriptures and proclaimed it as theirs to deceive the world into believing that they were the holy people. Now remember where the Most High said, I know those that call themselves Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Okay? So this so-called temple right here that's shaped like a cross, when the Most High said, I know them that call themselves Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, right? So this right here, Herod's temple, is the synagogue of Satan, right? The whole religion of Catholicism and Christianity, those that call themselves Jews, holy people, are not Jews, but are the synagogue of Satan, right? Okay, read this again. The Roman Catholics and Christians were conquering the Hebrew Israelites, especially the tribe of Judah, blacks. They stole the Hebrew scriptures and proclaimed it as theirs to deceive the world into believing that they were the holy people, right? So here go they badges of honor right here, right? The star of Molech, right? There go that star of Molech, man, right? That's a satanic star in the middle of their Maltese badge, the Maltese cross. Okay, now you see that right there? Another badge of honor, right? Another badge of honor for the so-called Christians and the so-called Catholics, right? Okay, they crucified the Savior, right? And the church, as a reward, the so-called fake religion of the Roman Catholics received that badge of honor, and they put him on that. They put our Savior on that cross because that cross was supposed to protect them from the Savior. This is what to save them from destruction, right? So they wear the cross. These Europeans wear the cross as a symbol of protection, right? From the holy people, right? But they on TV, you see them using the cross to fight against Satan, right? Now, if y'all know anything about Patrick, the so-called the faggot Saint Patrick, he said that the Jews were children of the devil, right? Now, you always, like in that movie The Exorcist, they was using that cross to fight against the devil, right? But really, they was using this cross as a symbol of protection against our people, right? Firefighter's badge, and here go another Roman Catholic badge, which is a badge of honor for the destruction of our people, right? A badge of honor for the destruction of Yahushua, the Savior. Get it? Now y'all understand why they wear this symbol? Because it's a badge of honor to the Roman Catholic Church for the destruction of the Savior, right? A badge of honor for the destruction of our people in Jerusalem, right? A badge of honor for the destruction of the Savior, Yahushua, all right? Firefighter's badge, right? See that shield right there with that star of Molech? It's right here on the ancient cross, right? It's a satanic star, right? Satanic star. So-called firefighters of today, man, are satanic, man. They are devil worshippers, man. They worship Satan, right? And they don't got your best interest at heart, right? So if there's a fire or something going on, you better hope it be a black man that try to help save your ass. Because if it's a white man that is a part of this Knights Templar Freemason, Knights of Malta bull crap, y'all not gonna make it, man. So get y'all some fire extinguishers, man. And really, man, fire is punishment from the Most High. So if your crib gets set on fire, that means it was some wicked stuff going on, man, and the Most High was using that fire to be destructive, man. Right? A lot of people that die in fires, it's because the Most High wanted to destroy them that way. All right. Now, let's move on to the next page. All right. Now, what we got here is another badge symbol. Y'all gotta excuse me for a second. It's kind of windy out here. My papers is like trying to blow all over everywhere. Okay, now here we go. Now we got an ancient badge of honor for the destruction of our people, right? The Knights Templar sitting on a horse, right? See it? See that badge? See that cross in the middle? This cross in the middle is the same as this cross that is inside of, right? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They just shaping it up different, but it still is symbolic to the same thing, the destruction of our people. Now y'all see why the Ku Klux Klan used to always burn crosses in our people's yards, right? Because it represents the destruction of our people. It ain't got nothing to do with being holy or being spiritual, right? It has everything to do with the destruction of our people. All right. Now let's go do some more history, man, right here real quick. Now, what we got right here. Y'all can read Revelation 13:8. Revelation 13:18. We'll talk about the mark of the beast, I believe. All right. Now, you see that cross right there? The Maltese badge of honor, right? For the destruction of the Savior Yahushua, right? So this is what that crucifix cross symbol means. It means the destruction of our people, because they always crucified our ancestors on the cross, right? Herod's temple, man, where they used to sacrifice our people at, right? The slaughter of the innocents was inside of Herod's temple. The cross was inside of his temple. where they did the slaughter our people at, right? So this so-called Temple Cross, Herod's Temple Cross, where they crucified our people at, the same Temple Cross was used to crucify the Savior on. Alright? Now we're going to go over here to these demonic ass people right here, these child molesters. See that symbol right there? The Maltese badge. The Maltese badge of honor. Right? He got it too on him somewhere. The picture is kind of, messed up. You can't really see it. But he got one too. And we're going to go right here. I think this is Pope John Paul. One of the Pope John Pauls. Alright. Now you see that right there on his arm? On his outfit? The Maltese badge of honor for the destruction of our people, man. Trust and believe these people didn't receive these badges for no reason, right? Also, this badge is a reflection of the destruction of the Jews, right? In this sign we shall conquer, right? When you conquer somebody, what do? Right? What is the definition of conquer? It means to subdue and to destroy a people, right? And that's what they was doing to our ancestors in Jerusalem, and they received that badge of honor, the Maltese cross, for doing it, right? These are destroyers of our people. These are not the holy people, man. These people are our enemies, just like the Most High said to Abraham that know for a surety that thy seed shall be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and there they shall serve their enemies for 400 years. These people are not the holy people. We are, right? We still in the land of our enemies, man. We still in the land of our enemies, and they still wearing this Maltese badge, steady scheming and plotting on ways to destroy our people, man. Right? So if they can't get us physically anymore, they're gonna try to get us mentally and spiritually. Alright? So that's what these religions was all set up for, to take us away from our heritage and our culture and force us to convert over to Catholicism and Christianity, right? By force of the sword, right? So these are not the holy people, man, because they slaughtered, raped, robbed, and murdered our people, man. And this cross symbol is their symbol of protection against our people, right? It's a badge of honor to them, not us. And this right here where it says Vicarius Filii Dei is the title given to these so-called popes right here. That's their title. Vicarius Filii Dei, right? And when you do the mathematical equation on these three different words, the mathematical equation comes out to be 666, right? The mark of the beast, that cross. The mark of the beast. Y'all get it now? Whoever received the mark of the beast in their hand or their forehead, right? That means what the philosophy of lies that they done embedded into your head, right? Believing in their religious philosophy, man, right? That brainwash tactics that they're using on our people through their fake religions, man, right? In your forehead, in your mind, right? And in your hand, physically holding the mark of the beast symbol in your hand, around your neck. Those that have the mark of the beast, the Most High said is going to be destroyed, right? That's why y'all got to come out of them fake religions, man. Christianity and Catholicism, man. Y'all got to come out of that, man, because that's where the beast resides at, man, right? And they will give you that mark, the cross symbol, man. Don't get caught up right? When the Most High cracked that sky open, and y'all got that mark of the beast around y'all neck, man, hanging up in y'all house on y'all wall. Y'all gonna have to tell Big Mama, man, y'all grandmama and y'all aunties, y'all elder aunties, man, they gotta take that. Y'all gotta take that off of y'all wall. That's a symbol of death and destruction to our people, man. That's the mark of the beast, right? And the mark of the beast is not limited to just the cross. All right. Vicarious Filet D, right? The Vicarious Filet D, right? 666 represents the son of Satan, right? The son of Satan who went after the holy people to destroy them, right? Let me say this again. They went after the holy people to destroy them, the sons of Satan, right? The so-called Crusades for Christ. They made us think that they was going around with the Bible trying to teach and redeem and save people, right? That's what they told us, right? The Crusades for Christ were crusades to go after the followers of Christ, right? This is why our people was forced to convert. The Jews were forced to convert over to Catholicism and Christianity, right? Their crusades for Christ was what the Knights Templars was doing when they was destroying our people, man, right? And that badge was given to them as a badge of honor for being brave to go in and save their fellow brothers who our people was throwing that hot fiery liquid on, and they was trying to put out the fire, right? So they was giving that badge, they was giving this as a badge of honor, man, right? The sons of Satan, that was destroyers of the holy people, which is the Jews, our ancestors. Now we're gonna go down here to Queen Elizabeth, reptilian ass, shape-shifting ass, had Princess Diana sacrificed ass, right? Now, right here, look at this. Y'all see that? What is that we looking at? The Maltese Badge of Honor. Her great-great-grandparents are the ones that sanctioned the transatlantic slave trade, right? Her family sanctioned the transatlantic slave trade. The Maltese Badge, destruction of our people. She wears it on her garment. It's right there. Right? She wears that on her garment. That's her badge of honor. Right? It was passed down from generation to generation for the destruction of our people during the transatlantic slave trade. And if you can look at this real good, right? They lying and saying that this is the Archangel Michael. That's a lie. That's Satan, the fallen angel, Satan, right? If you look real closely at the bottom, it's a black man under his foot, a Jew, right? One of the children of the Most High, a holy man, right? Persecutors of our people, man, right? What do this Maltese badge symbolizes? The destruction of our people and the crucifixion of the Savior, right? So this is Satan with a chain around the neck of one of our ancestors with his feet on his neck. She wears that on her garment, right? These people are demonic, man, right? And this is her badge of honor, right? For her family doing what they did to our ancestors. She received her Maltese badge of honor for the destruction of our people, man. And she wears it proudly. Look at this bitch. That's a proud demon. Alright? Now, we gonna go to get to this right here for my phone turn on. What we got right here. We got right here some information about the Crusaders, right? Now, if y'all can, man, screenshot that, y'all gonna have to read that later because I can't run through everything because my phone is about to go out. So screenshot that, man, and if y'all can read it, man, I hope that you can. Now, right here in the middle, right there, it says the first Catholic missionaries in Africa, right? The destroyers of our people. Look what they got inside of their suitcase. This is what these so-called fake Christians and Catholics carry with them on their missions, right, in Africa. So-called missionaries going on a mission in Africa to seek out and destroy our people. You see they got all of these crosses, right? See they got all them crosses? The symbol of destruction of the Savior, right? The Crusades for Christ, right? Missionaries in Africa pretending to be holy people, seeking out our ancestors, our brothers and sisters, to destroy them. See, they got them crosses, the symbol of death to our people. They got a dagger right there, got a gun, right? And these little liquids, bottles and stuff, is probably poison. And then they got them stakes, man, right? Them stakes, man, these are things that they was driving through the hearts of our people, man, them wooden sticks. Y'all see that? Right? Now, this is prophesied in the Bible, man. The Most High is going to destroy these people for what they did to our ancestors, man. Right? The Savior is coming back for vengeance, man, for what they did to the house of Israel. Right? Their punishment is coming, man. These Maltese badge wearing devils, man. Look at that. Assassins, man. These so-called first Catholic missionaries in Africa were assassins for the Roman Catholic religion, for the Christian religions, man. Y'all see that right there? These so-called Maltese crosses that they killed our brother Yahweh Shai on is not ours. It belongs to them. Right. Ezekiel 25:14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord. Right? What did the Most High say? And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom, so-called white man, according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, right? So the Most High is going to let these people know his vengeance, man, and he going to do it through the hand of his people Israel, man, right? Because Edom dealt treacherously with the house of Judah, putting us in slavery and feeding our babies to alligators and all these other type of demonic things that they've been doing to our people since transatlantic slave trade started, man. Right? Now check this out. Y'all see that? What they do to our people, man. What they do to them little girls, man. Hanging on a tree, man. What they do to our people, man. Look at that black man burning on that so-called wooden stake they got him on. Right? They cooking him, man. Y'all don't know the history of these people, man, and where the term barbecue came from. These people was cooking our brothers and sisters, cutting off body parts and eating them. Cannibals, man. Demons, devils, man. Look what they did to our people, man. Y'all think the Most High gonna let that slide? See that Maltese cross right there on fire? Y'all see that? You see them white boys with them white hoodies on? Y'all see them white boys with them white hoodies on? They burning a cross in front of their house, man. Symbol of destruction for our people. It is not a holy symbol. It is not. It doesn't come from God. It doesn't come from our people. It is not for our people. This is their symbol of protection against our people, and a symbol of destruction against our people, going all the way back to King Herod. Remember, his temple is shaped in the cross, right? In this sign we shall conquer. Conquer who? Us. They conquering a lot of y'all with their so-called fake ass religions, and y'all believe wholeheartedly in these people that they holy people, man. And they mocking y'all ass when you go in there, y'all see that cross with that fake white Jesus up there. And we all know that Jesus was black, right? So that cross is a mockery and a death symbol directed towards our brother Yahushua, man, and to us. This is why they burn in the cross in front of our people's houses as a reminder of what they did to our ancient ancestors, right? Their badge of honor for destroying our people. What they do to our people, man? What they do to our people, man? And y'all dumbass niggas want to join their military, want to be all y'all could be, and help y'all enemy going around the earth slaughtering and killing people. I don't care if they put an M16 in your hand, or if you sitting behind the desk pushing some fucking buttons. You hand in hand with your enemy, man. And the Most High said, though hand to hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man. And those that be found joined with them shall be destroyed, man. Right? That's why I be telling y'all, man, y'all got to come up out of that military, man. Right? What they do to y'all people, man. What they do to the Savior, man. Right? And y'all want to pledge y'all allegiance to these devils, man. That's why a lot of y'all that come out the military be having PTSD. Y'all be committing suicide. Y'all got to be medicated. And a lot of our brothers and sisters come home crippled and blind. And some of our brothers and sisters joined their military and never came home. But they gave you a flag, right, as a representation of the people that murdered your child. They should have gave y'all ass a cross as a slap in the face, right? But they gave y'all the flag according to the nation that enslaved and slaughtered your people, right? This is why the Most High said, come out from amongst the heathen and be separate, man, and touch not the unclean thing, and I shall receive you, man. Y'all touching that unclean thing, man, dealing with these people, wearing them crosses, man, talking about y'all Christians, eating pork, and all this other demonic stuff y'all doing, man. Y'all touching the unclean thing, man. If y'all want the Most High to receive y'all, man, what did he say? Come out from amongst the heathen and be separate, man. Come out from amongst the heathen. Come out from amongst the heathen and be separate, right? And touch not the unclean thing, and I shall receive you, man. Some of y'all got this unclean thing hanging up in y'all house right now, in front of y'all house right now. This is an unclean thing, man. America is an unclean thing, right? Do y'all niggas get it? We got some more history. We got some more history on the cross. I might not be able to cover it all in this video. So we're going to have to come back probably and go over this some more. But this right here, if y'all could screenshot this, man, if y'all could see this clearly, man, and screenshot that, man, and read this. Screenshot this and read it, man. Right? Because that cross symbol go all the way back before Herod's temple. It go all the way back to ancient Babylon, right? Listen, the Catholic and Christians are giving honor to the Babylonian god Tammuz, right? With that cross symbol, it's in honor of a false god named Tammuz, man, right? Because these people worship in Satan, man. Tammuz is Satan. It's just another name for Satan, man. Right? The cross, right? Before it became the Maltese cross adopted by Herod, it was used by the ancient Babylonians, right, as giving honor to the god Tammuz, right? Now, right here, the Tower cross was inscribed on the foreheads. This is where they get this satanic pagan practice in what they call Lent, right? They put a Ash Wednesday. They put a cross, the Tower cross, a satanic cross on the foreheads of their people, man, in honor of Satan, right? The Tower cross was inscribed on the foreheads of the followers of Mithra. The sprinkling of ashes on Ash Wednesday, Lent, is also done in honor of a pagan Norse god called Odin. The ashes were placed just above the eyebrows, right? There's no commandments in the Bible stating to observe this type of 40-day feast, right? So I told you, these people are Satan worshipers, man. And their practices go all the way back to ancient Babylon. You see what they're doing in the Roman Catholic religion. They're doing the practice of paying homage to a false god, man. Satan, right? Ash Wednesday, right? And this is where Herod got his so-called temple design from, because he was a satanic worshiper, man. He was worshiping Satan. Right? That cross represents Satan. It doesn't represent the Most High, man. Alright? So this is why they do that, paying homage to Satan. Right? So-called, now it's been adopted as a badge of honor. Right? Satan gave these people this cross as a badge of honor for destroying